Alright, this is going to be my after-action review for The Farm, played from the German side. I'm going to make this just pretty sloppily made. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm just going to load the files. I have save files for every one of my finished moves orders for each turn. I think pretty much all of them. There might be one that I don't have. So anyway, when I played this, I have played this once as the allies. When I did, I didn't let the AI set where they had their guys. I used the scenario defaults, and so they ended up attacking this way, and I had my guys positioned pretty much where the scenario where the scenario defaulted my guys set up. So I had my AT gun here, and I had squad here. This time, I let the allies put their guys wherever they wanted, because I didn't want to rely on just my memorization of where the enemy was. And I also made a decision to not attack this way, but instead attack from these woods, because it seemed like a shorter path to the objective area, and also because it would allow me to concentrate my guys in one area as opposed to having them all spread out. And that way, if the enemy had their guys spread out and my guys were not spread out, then they could presumably have like a firepower advantage. I could see this approach backfiring if the enemy had artillery. If they had a forward observer, that this could really backfire. But I don't know. I don't think they do on this mission. But that's the only thing I can think of that could lead to this being a disaster. Anyway, so my tanks, I put them as far back as I could, just to try to limit the number of positions that an AT gun could be and fire on them. And yeah, so this is just my setup. You can see this is my squad, and the idea was just, put your machine guns on the forward edge of the forest, and have these one squad, two squads, three squads, and have the squads rush across. My goal was just to have them. Well, I think at this point when I did the setup, I wasn't sure how I was going to get the squads across. So yeah, let's go to the second. Is there a way to load directly from here? No, I have to. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to quit out of here, and I'll go to turn 1 waypoints. And yeah, how do I show all waypoints? Show. Shift P. Okay, so you can see here, for the first turn, my goal was to. There we go. My goal was to have the tanks hit these buildings, in case there were any enemy in these buildings. Machine gunners also targeted the buildings, and have machine gunners target these woods, while my infantry just rushed to try to get as close as possible before the enemy could readjust where they had their infantry. And I'm still not sure if this was the best way to do it, or if I should have had one squad maybe hold back, maybe not have all of these squads rush at the same time. So I think it would be worth doing some experimentation to see if having all the squads rush at the same time would result in the fewest casualties. Yeah, so that's turn 1. Turn 2. So this tank is now in position, and on turn 1, I believe I ran into, I don't know if it was on turn 1 or not. At some point, yeah, I guess not on turn 1. At some point, an AT gun showed up. So yeah, you can see the idea here was just to have this squad try to get to this flank to get into the woods, and then have this squad maybe get to the house, and this squad, um, attack the forest while this other squad maybe hit the edge of the forest. Turn 3. So this was the turn. Yeah. So turn 2 was really when the enemy started opening up, and so you can see there was a little bit of fighting here. I remember I didn't order these infantry to cross over this wall, but I guess they did so to try to get to this cover, try to get to the foxhole. That's my best guess. And this was the turn where the anti-aircraft, no, not anti-aircraft, AT gun popped up and started shooting at my infantry. And yeah, this squad got hit pretty hard the last turn. I remember that turn 2, and so that's why these guys are suppressed, because they got put under fire. I'm guessing by this machine gun. I'm not really sure. Yeah, so my goal here was just to try to suppress the AT gun and try to kill it as quickly as possible. Yeah, so that's turn 3. Turn 4. So here you can see I was ordering this squad to go back to the wall. I'm not sure why they'd moved past the wall. I don't think I would have ordered them to go past that wall. And you can see these guys, I'm trying to get them to get back to the line and get over to the woods. Yeah. And in hindsight, it was maybe not the best idea to have these tanks firing at these buildings without knowing if there was any enemy in the buildings. It might have been better to just not assign these tanks targets and let them open up on whatever they thought was the best target. So that was maybe not the best idea. Okay. Turn 5. No, turn 5. Okay, let's go to turn 6. Okay, so the one building had been destroyed. I had ordered, these tanks, when I ordered them to area fire, I said to use the main gun. Yeah, I had this platoon reach the forest, and I was having these other guys open up on these anything they saw here. And this squad I ordered to move into this area, with the idea that they could eventually, what I thought was, well, I mean, first to just clear this area, but also they could get along this hedgerow and fire into the woods. Yep, so that's turn 6. Turn 7. So yeah, the platoon was in the woods, and I ordered them to move across the woods. These guys, I don't know why I didn't order them to do anything. I guess they were just, I think I left them here to fire on anything that might show up on the edge of the woods. Yeah, and I had ordered my tanks forward to try to provide support, I believe, to this platoon, which was doing a lot of heavy fighting in the woods that wasn't within the visibility of the tanks. Okay, it's turn 7. Turn 8. Yeah, so enemy squad showed up, and I had all my guys ordered to attack that squad. And yeah, same thing, platoon, kill this squad that showed up. So there was this forest was really where the whole thing happened, where the whole fight went down. Yep, it's turn 8, turn 9. I don't know if I ordered that smoke or someone else did. But yeah, just more fighting in the woods, and I ordered my machine guns forward. And and I had this 75 millimeter. I don't know what I ordered him to open up on. I think I've used him against infantry in the woods, if I remember correctly. It's turn 9, turn 10. So the main thing about this mission is that it's very limited on time. You only have 15 turns. So that was, I think, another big reason that I chose to put all my guys here, was because there was so little time. I wanted to get them as close as possible to the objective area as quickly as possible. Yeah, so turn 10, just more fighting in the woods. Nothing really special here. It was really just a matter of getting my guys, organizing my guys to attack the enemy. At some point, if I remember correctly, I ordered, yeah, I think it was this guy. I guess not at this turn, but at some point in the future, I remember I ordered him to run across to provide command, because I had one platoon, I think, that had lost their commanders. Yeah, these guys, D platoon, had lost their commander, and so I wanted them to be in command. Turn 10, turn 11. You can see it's turn 11. I mean, it's getting down there to, down to the. I'm running out of time. Yeah, so more fighting. Had I ordered? Oh yeah, so okay, so I guess it was turn 10 that I ordered this guy over. I guess I didn't. I guess I must have saved before I issued that order. So yeah, these guys were now all in command by this guy, who's a very good commander to have. Yeah, but it was really just more fighting in the woods. Turn 11, turn 12, last turn. So this mission ended early because I guess the enemy surrendered. It didn't end after 15 turns. It ended before that. Yeah, so you can see one guy surrendering. Just more fighting in the woods. Nothing really special. So the main question I have about the way I played this, was whether it was a good idea to put my guys so close together here. And so that's the first question. And the second question is whether it was a good idea to have them all rush across at the same time, or if I should have held a platoon back and sent just one platoon forward. I think, given that I knew where the enemy had to be, I mean, I guess it doesn't make much sense to have a like a point, have someone on point if you know where the enemy is. So but that's the question, is like, do you send all the platoons at once, or should you still hold one back? And my goal was to try to get them to cover at one of these stone walls, but also get close to the enemy before the enemy could react. Yeah, so that's the farm, played as the Germans.